Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kyra, and today I'm bringing to you a video that I saw come up from Tara Brooke here on YouTube, and that is if I could only use 5 brands. If you're new here, a very special welcome to you. I hope you will consider subscribing before you leave if you like what you see today. It's free, it's easy, and it helps you find my videos Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday when I upload. And allegedly, if you ring that notification bell to all, YouTube will let you know when that happens. So if you're new here, I am in the process of buying a home, my husband and I and our 2 kiddos, and so it's starting to look pretty bare behind me, as well as it might be a little echoey in here now with everything off of the walls. So if the audio is a little funky, I apologize. It won't be forever. I also put away my 2 umbrella lights. I hadn't been using them a lot because it's been so hot, and I just decided to go ahead and take them down. So we're gonna be using my ring light and natural lighting until we get into the new beauty room. So let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, this idea was inspired by Tara Brooke. I didn't actually watch her video because I kind of wanted to do this off the cuff of my own mind and opinions. So I don't know how she formatted her video or anything like that, but it will of course be linked down below in the description box, and let's get into it. This is way more difficult than I thought it was going to be. 5 brands, I was like, oh, that's easy, you know, easy. No. So I will at the end of the video tell you a few brands that didn't make the cut but were really close. The first brand that I absolutely would want to continue purchasing from is Natasha Denona. If you're not new here, you might know how much I love her eyeshadow formula. It's very easy to use in my opinion, and I like all the different formulas and textures that the brand has to offer. I have multiple Natasha Denona palettes, and they are always go-tos for me when I just want my makeup to look flawless, or I don't want to fuss around with blending a matte for days. I just want something quick and easy. And so definitely would have to continue purchasing from Natasha Denona just from that aspect. I do have some face products from her. They're not 100% my favorites. I do really like the Blush and Glow, but other than that, I just really haven't tried much from the brand other than eyeshadow. On the polar opposite end of the spectrum, my second brand is e.l.f. Cosmetics. Within the last 2 years, e.l.f. Cosmetics has upped their games in terms of being on trend, quality, and just what they have to offer in terms of variety. So much, and they're one of my favorite brands, hands down. I'm pretty confident I could buy a full face of makeup from e.l.f. Cosmetics and be really happy with it. I did recently do an ALL Drugstore Get Ready With Me that was very heavy on the e.l.f., including some of the new face duos. So if you missed that, I will link that up in the cards and in the description box for you. But I love their eyeshadow formula. I love the new cheek duos, the bite-sized cheek duos for $3. I've tried so much from the brand. I've tried bronzer, I've tried highlight and blush and the whole thing. Haven't really tried much in terms of mascara. I haven't tried a foundation from them, but I'm confident I would find one or go without or get it from a different brand here. But it's just an altogether wonderful brand at a wonderful price point, and it doesn't sacrifice on quality. There are so many brands that are less expensive and in the same kind of price range as e.l.f. Cosmetics, but I don't think any of them have the quality and the consistency of quality that e.l.f. does. Taking another trip to the other end of the spectrum, my next brand, say it with me, Charlotte Tilbury. I love Charlotte Tilbury. I am a bougie bitch, and I love my Charlotte Tilbury. It's a brand that I feel like I can count on. It's a brand that I always feel absolutely flawless and stunning when I wear that makeup, whether that's because of the quality or the experience or both. Really doesn't matter, because I do like my Charlotte Tilbury, and there's quite a few products that I would not want to give up. First of all, the Hollywood Flawless Filter is a mainstay, a staple in my collection. I absolutely love it. And you know, just going on from there, I do really like the eyeshadows. I don't feel like they wear the best on me always, but I do need to kind of reevaluate that now that I'm using MAC Paint Pot as my base, because it is a really, really good base for me. And I really, really love the powder face products. I do like the Hollywood Contour one I have right here. But I do really like her new matte airbrush bronzer. I love her Cheek to Chic blush, like duo, the boob blushes, you know. I love those too. And it's just an all-around wonderful brand. The next thing I would love to try from Charlotte Tilbury is her Airbrush Away concealer. I also feel like I could confidently pick a full face of Charlotte Tilbury. Not that I would want to, and fortunately I have e.l.f. and one other brand that would help me stay balanced. I, like most people, I think, do like to buy certain things at a lower price point and then don't mind buying other things at a certain price point. For example, I like to keep my mascara on the more affordable side because I know I'm going to go through it and use it up more quickly, whereas I'm more willing to spend a little bit more money on things like colored face products like blush, bronzer, things like that, because I know they're gonna last a long, long time. So Charlotte Tilbury. Anybody surprised? Right. Next on the list is kind of in the middle ground, and that is MAC Cosmetics. Why I picked MAC? Well, first of all, I've never tried anything from MAC that I didn't like. I love the lipsticks, I love the blush, I love the highlights, 100% absolutely stunning. But I'm also really confident that if I wanted to be somewhere in the middle ground with concealer or foundation or something like that, MAC would be a good brand for me. They have so many options when it comes to foundation and concealers that I feel like if I was really looking for something pretty specific, which I usually am when it comes to foundation because I don't wear it every day. Speaking of which, Pablo has since had some siblings. If you were around for the drugstore get ready with me. Anyways, you know, I just think MAC has so much selection. There's so many more products in terms of like permanent products that I still want to add to my collection, bronzer, blush, things like that. But also MAC has a ton of collaboration collections, and I think that would be nice and keep things fun and fresh, where brands like Natasha Denona and Charlotte Tilbury are a little bit slower in terms of releasing products, which I appreciate. But I think MAC Cosmetics would keep things really fun, as well as offer a lot of staples. And I do actually like some of the mascaras that I've tried from MAC, so that would be an option for that category. Iced coffee is life right now. All right, and then number 5, last but certainly not least, I chose ColourPop. Again, this is another brand where I feel like I could confidently pick a full face of makeup and be completely happy regardless of the price range. I love their Super Shock shadows. I like their Super Shock cheeks. I love their eyeshadow palettes, obviously. Natasha Denona and ColourPop would be the biggest contributors out of these five brands in terms of eyeshadow that I would be most keen to purchase. And I love the brand. I also like MAC. Love that ColourPop keeps it fresh. They're releasing new things pretty regularly, if not too regularly, but I don't mind. I mean, I think as an everyday person who wears makeup, it doesn't really matter how much ColourPop is releasing. I think it is a first world problem for YouTubers and Instagrammers when ColourPop releases so many things, because it's like it's here and it's gone, and then when it's gone, it's not always relevant. I don't purchase new releases, or if I do, it's for my own personal want of the product. I don't buy new releases specifically to review them. I sit on new releases a lot more now, and so you know, ColourPop releasing a lot, and if I could only use 5 brands, I'd be glad that they'd be releasing stuff every week. Those are my 5 brands. Let me know down below if there was any brands that you were surprised were not included. And now I'm going to tell you 3 brands that it was very, very hard for me not to include. First and foremost, Glossier. Love, love Glossier. But when considering the brands for my 5, I also had to think about how many products from the brand I either already use or think I would purchase and make use of. And from Glossier, I really haven't tried a ton. All I've tried is the stretch concealer, which I absolutely love, as well as the cloud paints, again, which I absolutely love. But that's only 2 products, and while I'm keen to try a lot more from the brand, I can't willingly put them in as one of the 5 with that much of an unknown, if that makes sense. Next was L'Oreal, and I actually did chat with my girl Angela from Beauty by Angela this morning. I will link her below. And I asked her, I was like, here are my 5 brands. Are there any brands that you were surprised I didn't include? And she immediately said L'Oreal, which was definitely one of the brands that I considered for this little list of brands. But the reason that I didn't include it, again, is because of the number of products that I rely on L'Oreal for my personal self. One is my True Match Lumi Bronze It, which you know I love, and the other is I really do like L'Oreal mascaras, and I've bought L'Oreal mascaras for a long time. So those were the 2 products that made it really hard for me not to put L'Oreal on this list. But when I think about all the products that I don't buy from L'Oreal or wouldn't buy from L'Oreal, then I knew that it was not the right brand for me. And then last but not least, the brand for really one product that was the hardest for me not to include was BareMinerals, and it's because of this guy right here, my favorite concealer, right up there with the Glossier Stretch Concealer. This is the concealer I'm wearing today, and it looks absolutely beautiful in my opinion, and that is the BareMinerals BareSkin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer, and I have the shade Light. And that concealer I want to have in my life for the rest of time because it is such a beautiful concealer. It's hydrating, but it doesn't skimp on the coverage with the hydration. So that one was very hard for me not to include, and I love other BareMineral products. I've tried stuff from them over the years. I do really like the Mineral Veil, but again, it's not enough from that brand that I was willing to get rid of one of the other brands already on the list in order to include BareMinerals for my favorite concealer. So that's all I have for you today, short and sweet. Somewhat, allegedly. But thank you to Tara Brooke for this idea. Now I get to go and watch her video and see what brands she had. I think I can make some predictions, but I'm going to keep that under wraps in case you want to go and play along as well. Thank you so much for spending part of your day here with me today. I always appreciate that, and I love chatting up with you guys. If you did like today's video, I would really appreciate it if you would give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. And with all of that said, I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful makeup days, and I will see you in my next video real soon.